sometimes called me and he said, I'm admitting this guy, he's done great. He's done great since his surgery. I don't know what's going on. He's got this high output when you see him. And, we had a loop ileotomy. He's got, from ulcerative colitis 20 years earlier and has had multiple surgeries. And the one he had done was in 2005. I'm meeting him in 2018. Has, gallbladder out. And the thing is when I go to see him, he's already on 34 meds. And, my goal in life at this point is to diuresis meds because patients are on way too many. And how do you know which one actually did the trick? So this was what I call the shotgun approach, and don't do this. And so I interviewed the patient. He's maintained 250 pounds for a long time. He's now actually down quite a bit because he's super dry. But I'm not worried about nutrient absorption because one of the questions was, is he now absorbing? No, he's not. So I started talking to him about his urine output. Most patients are going to go, I don't know. But he goes, well, my wife's a nurse, so she made me measure this for a while. He goes, in the winter I put out, I'm maybe 100,000 mils. I haven't measured it for a while, but in the summer I can sometimes go, like he's bragging, I can sometimes go a day or two without even having any urine output. And of course my jaw's on the floor at this point. And then I said, have you ever had a kidney stone? He said, if I ever had a kidney stone, I've had about 300. And I'm like, whoa. So, and he goes, yeah, I've had 20 lithotripsies. And I'm like, there's nothing in the chart at UVA about any of this. I'm like, how do we not? He goes, yeah. And I had my left kidney out last summer because it was so damaged by somebody. And I'm like, so as it turns out, he's being seen over the mountain by a urologist. Of course, my first question is after the first couple stones, why isn't that urologist going, there's a problem, you need to go back to your surgeon because you're not hydrated enough? Oh no, that urologist kept just treating his kidney stones and going, yeah, it's that darn ileotomy of yours. So there's a little knowledge deficit there. The guy, also big strapping guy, works outside as an electrician, loves his job. In fact, he's going, when can I get out? Because the guys need me on the line. I gotta get out. And so of course our goal is we gotta get this guy to make some urine on a regular basis. So again, about 10 of these later, I'm going, there's a problem. We can't be the only place that's seeing this. And so I went to the literature and I found out, oh, guess what? Since 2012, there are numerous publications coming out. Why do you think that is? What's magical about 2012? Anybody? The Affordable Care Act. And hospitals are now getting dinged if patients get readmitted in less than 28 days. So, for those of you who guys want to show your worth, don't let patients get readmitted and your administration will love you, okay? So I'm going, this is a problem. And so, again, I'm not going to go into all this. And just so you know, this talk was translated into an article with my colleague Megan. And so it's actually, the whole thing is written up on our website, and I'll show you where that is later. So in looking back to the literature, Tang in 95 basically says, look, dehydration may not show up before discharge. Why is that? How many of you guys have seen patients, IV, 100 an hour, the doctor goes, discharge, nurse goes in, unhooks them, sends them out the door. They look like a rose in the hospital, right? Then the other thing is, post-op, they may not be eating very well. So we really don't know what things are going to look like until maybe after they get home. And then, this is my addition, is with ERAS. And we have now found there are unintended consequences of the ERAS protocol. Yeah, it's great. We get people out of the hospital where they get infected. But what happens too is that if they go out day 3 or 4, they're definitely not going to just be eating, drinking, etc. Paquette showed that there was a threefold increase in AKI admits from ostomy, increase in ostomy output between discharge and readmission, and it was at about day 13 when things all fell out of hand. Also, Gessler, 2014, decrease in GFR from ileostomy creation to takedown. And then Lee in 2017 said, looked at some patients and he goes, look, we are seeing more CKD and it's about 2 years out. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we really need to be following these patients way longer than they are. Because I don't know about you, but I really like my kidneys. So here's what happens, and I've had countless patients tell me this. Yeah, I saw my physician or my healthcare provider and they said, you gotta drink more. Well, what do you think happens when they drink more? They put out more, all right? Here's the big worry, the patients I really worry about. They discover that if they don't drink as much, they don't have to empty their bags so much. How cool is that? But guess what? They're just not making any urine anymore, and their creatinines are rising, and then they get admitted. Then we have the patient who thinks, I am putting all this stuff, so I'm just gonna drink a lot. And this is one of my patients that I met. So, you know, at baseline, you know, her alcohol was ridiculous, and I said, what are you drinking? And so when I said, what? Why are you drinking so much? And she was like, I just thought it was good for me. You know, and I said, well, do you like making 3,600 mils of stool a day? And she said, well, not really. And I said, well, let's take you down a liter. She really liked her oral fluids, you know. So we took her down a liter, and you can see what happened to her output. Dropped, you know, not quite a liter. I took her down another liter. She was like, oh, okay. And I said, look, all I care about is that you make 1,500 mils of urine a day. And if you do that, you're good. You're fine. You really are okay. So as you can see, it worked very nicely, and now she's